Skirt. Welcome to your new moon in Scorpio ceremony. This is the peace dealer. I'm glad you can make it. Scorpio rising, stand the fuck up. Jupiter Leo should be fun, bro. Leo's back. Leo's back. Okay. Okay. Leo is coming back. I'm going to start this ceremony by saying Leo is coming back, guys. The Leo comeback is going to be one for the books. Aquarius is awakening. We're going to see a new showdown happen in society. And I feel like Jupiter Leo is a period that is going to have more people outside than I think we've seen previously. I remember before Jupiter went into Cancer, like before June of this year, when everyone was like suing, or Tesla, people were abusing Teslas, and people were saying, "Oh, Elon Musk is probably going to lose money or whatever." And in my head, and what happened with Shannon Sharp happened in my head, I was like, wait until Jupiter comes into Cancer, and Cancer after July is going to start leveling up Cancers and expanding their liquid, like expanding them. And now I think he's on package to be the first like trillionaire, like to get paid $1 trillion, right? So what comes after Cancer? It's Leo. Okay. Normally, right before Jupiter goes in your sign, it shakes shit up. And for you in Cancer, it could have you in your feels. It could have you feeling very vulnerable. Jupiter is going to go back into Leo after July of 2026, and everyone is going to be outside to see the return of royalty. Okay, social royalty. Pluto's in Aquarius though, so a lot of these people might be outside to kill this royalty, like to revolt against them. But I think it's just going to be very revolutionary regardless. We'll see both sides of this, for the Leos for the people, the Leos that are exposing again. So I don't want to say too much right now, but Jupiter in Cancer right now is a precursor towards this pivotal moment. Welcome to this new moon in Scorpio ceremony. And I am honored to hold this with you. This aspect right here is one of the most gangster aspects that we are having this year. Any aspects involving Saturn Chronos is gangster. Now, I know you see the boss, the crow, the bow. I know you see the bow, the crossbow that's forming. And look at Sagittarius, that looks like a projectile weapon that's just gonna shoot someone in the face, like Wayne Perry, a Sagittarius in DC, who was angry because he somebody he wanted to kill someone didn't kill him, and so in broad daylight he's like, that's not how you kill somebody. And then he took a gun and then he went to someone who was on a payphone booth, and he blasted him in the face. He said, that's how you kill somebody. And I think you need to understand that is every Sagittarius, that he's like, I don't want you to see, oh no, that's Wayne Perry, he's a gangster from DC and he went through like that is how every Sagittarius on this planet acts, behaves, thinks. Do not let them fool you. Do not let them fool you. Do not let them fool you. Do not let them fool. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. We are 3 days away from entering a Sagittarius season that you're not used to. Look at me. Look at me. They're crash outs. Say it with me. They're crash outs. Can you say crash out? All right. Okay. Oh God. All right. So, like I said, it's 3 days before uninhibited fuckery just burns everything afoot, and you don't want to get caught away with this calm before the storm. I wanted to show you this projectile weapon here with Mars of the Blicky, literally the god of war, just in this Sagittarius position. Well, look at the charts. This looks like a literal crossbow at the tail end of the scorpion tail. And we see Pisces involved. You know, whenever you see Pisces in a natal chart, you have to just assume they are absolutely up to no good. And then we have Cancer of liquidity that will really just warm up to you very empathically and really talk to you in a way that makes you feel that they understand you. And then boom, you're 6 feet deep, drowning in their waters, and you'll probably never make it up across the surface again. And then it's centered in Scorpio, which, I mean, if Scorpio isn't pure evil, then Diddy is a good guy, and Diddy deserves to be released from prison right now. Okay, because honestly, what is he even in there for? But that being said, with Scorpio here, which is literally the sign of death and the underworld and all sorts of nighttime shenaniganery that happens around the time people are having sex or going to sleep, is working towards transforming your entire behavior and consciousness before we literally ascend it into godhood in Sagittarius. Look at me right now. This is not a drill. This is not a drill we ride at dawn. This is not a drill. Okay, your intelligence agencies have decided to keep silent about real world risks in favor of public safety, so there's no upheaval. And I have to let you know, the way over the next 30 days, shit's gonna go from like to, oh my God, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. You would have wished you had forewarning. Now listen, since March 17th, if you paid attention, there have been telltale signs. There have been telltale signs that this shit is about to really erupt. And certain people have been telling you this since January of this year, but nobody is listening to them. This is around political drama. People are talking about a list. This is around the economy. People are talking about a bubble. This is around industries around the world. This is around political country, international relations. Okay. I don't want to necessarily say there's some stuff you're not being told and you're going to kind of be found out. But all of this is getting ready to, now that it's come together, break through in a way you've never seen before. The precedent of what I'm saying never seen before is the presence of your ass, your anus in Gemini. Okay. Gemini will never do any wrong, so you don't have to think they're not up to no good. We're just always good people. Pisces is usually up to no good, though, so you have to look at them suspiciously. But we have Uranus in Gemini, we have Neptune in Aries, we have Pluto in Aquarius. These Our outer planet precedents. These are precedents that let us know this Sagittarius season is not going to be like any other Sagittarius season we've had. Every Sagittarius season we've had over the past few years, let me just show you last year, we had Pluto in Capricorn. We had Neptune since 2012, Pluto since Barack Obama got elected, Uranus in Aries since 2010, and Taurus since 2018. So this type of switch, unlike next year, where now there's no turning back, like with this some new shit, this is going to change the way you look at everything over the next 2 weeks. Before Pisces now consolidates how your reasoning has shifted considerably since March of this year. This is not a drill. So we see Uranus here, okay, and now this entrance into Sagittarius season has an audacity to it. There's an audacity to this aspect that I'm looking at right now. And if we know about Scorpio and Sagittarius, they have the audacity to do whatever the fuck they want. So Scorpio representing a psychoanalytical depth into society, and Sagittarius representing collective vision in the form of philosophical approaches and education, right? And curriculum. So coming into this period, we're getting ready to break through into a higher perspective, into the meaning of everything we've done since March 17th. Okay. I'm letting you know now at this stage of the plot, you have just come off of Noah's Ark, 2023 of March, when Saturn was originally in Pisces. You set sail on Noah's Ark, and trust me, you survived through the first round of the Hunger Games. After the first round of the Hunger Games ended around like late 2023 into 2024, right? You realized, okay, I need to act on this belief that God, let's just say God for the purpose, it's a one syllable word and it's loaded, but God told me to build an ark, right? You are forming belief systems that will be as ludicrous as building a major ark in a society that's never seen rain. And now people were clowning you. Go back to 2022, go back to 2023. People, you had beliefs, and this is going to be anybody. I'm not so everyone is going to have beliefs that make people feel weird. So listen to me here. That's how I know for sure you had beliefs that sounded ridiculous to other people, to the point where you're investing in these beliefs like you're building an ark. The Mercury retrograde that we had was doing that. Then Saturn went direct, and through its Pisces transit, the world got flooded. And now you were talking shit. Remember, we had two I told you so toys. So you're like, that's why you dying, bitch. Yeah. Yeah, you was talking all that shit when you saw me lining them up 2 by 2. Now look at you. Help me. Like, we were there. Don't deny it now. We were there. We seen you do it. It's cool. And good for you. That's why you didn't drown. That's why you didn't drown. You were seeing people left and right just fall by the wayside, like, oh, yeah, what's up? Okay, now we're out the ark. Noah put the bird out there. The bird was like, caw, caw, we're good. Boom. Saturn went into Aries a little bit in July. And then we started to deboard. We came through. And then coming into August, September, okay, we lit. It retrograded. We went back to the boat. And now this is the process of, okay, we're deboarding from Noah's Ark. We're unpacking the belief systems that got us here, and we're getting ready next year to apply them relative to our character. I have belief systems that I'm the sexiest man to ever exist, ever in life, and that I'm set for life, and that I'm a really good track runner. So next year, when Saturn goes into Aries, I'm applying these belief systems in my character. I'm holding myself accountable, Saturn of responsibility and Aries of identity, to actually work out every day in order to be a good track runner. That's applying these beliefs. We're not doing that right now. Right now, we're reevaluating literally everything up into this point in your life you have ever believed ever in life, because you're getting ready to take it into a new world, just like Noah, who after everything he knew got flooded and wiped away, he's getting ready to repopulate this new world without Nephilim. All right, all right, all right. So why is this Scorpio season very important? Throughout this faith test, it's not enough that you just believe. So it's not enough that I believe I'm the sexiest person of all time. I had to be tested in these beliefs. So throughout June in Gemini season, throughout September in Virgo season, and now throughout December in Sagittarius season, I'm being hit with multiple different perspectives to adjust how well I can translate this belief. Through Virgo season of details, where Virgo will clown your fit because you have no sense of style and you can't really bring that delusional shit out in real social circles, or you will get booted the fuck out of here. I had to test my sexiness. And now I had to see how, yeah, I believe in sex of all time. And when I went out and I said, "What's up, baby?" This lady was like, "Oh my god, you're so fucking sexy. What's your name?" I'm like, "I'm the peace dealer, baby." Oh my god. And now I have real life confirmation that your boy might be a little sexy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or if she was like, "Ew, your eyes are now I have to adjust and make sure either I can work to match this belief, or I'm gonna have to change some of my beliefs. So if you made it to this point right here, you are in a position where now your beliefs have been tested. In rap, in hip hop, we call this being battle tested, where if two rappers are about to get into a battle rap, we're gonna look at one of the rappers and be like, he's never battled nobody. Yeah, but he has dope bars. But he's never caught a body. He ain't ever bodied someone like this guy. He murked this person. He murked this person. Are they battle tested going into battle? If you're not battle tested, we haven't seen how you exist under pressure. We don't know if the lights are too bright for you. You need to be battle tested. We need a resume, okay? And when you are battle tested, when you've been through the fire, maybe you've taken an L here, maybe you've taken a W here, you're still battle tested. You have tested yourself through the fire. So I'm glad to tell you, if you have made it to this point and you haven't died, you are battle tested. You made it through the pandemic where they were socially distancing and gaslighting people all around the world. Okay, no, the virus was very real. I'm not saying the virus wasn't real. I'm trying to be conspiracy. Like, I'm not saying that versus that, but like, yes, and that's not even the first time everyone around the world was gaslighted. It was just another major canon event. Okay, you made it through the murder hornets. You made it through a lot of stuff throughout the first half of this decade. You made it through two I told you so tours. All right, this is the final breakthrough transformation cycle. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are not battle tested. Let me not say a lot. That's so vague. I'm willing to bet that throughout the past 5 years, many people in your life you saw weren't battle tested, because the moment they were hit with these ultimatums, they instantly folded. Now, compromising, nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying they instantly folded, just gave away all their power. They didn't even try and leverage what little they might have had in order to get something. They just instantly folded. You know what's going to happen to them in this next round of the Hunger Games. Okay. By the way, next round of the Hunger Games, the contract for that starts March 2026. Keep it. Listen, man, listen. Come here. Listen to me very closely. I hope you don't think that I am joking when I am saying Hunger Games. The first round of the Hunger Games was 2008 to 2024, and it really kicked in like 2018, 2016. Okay, you don't have to believe me. This second round is a lot harsher. It's a lot more intense. Ice raids, okay, drone strikes. Like, this shit is not a joke. This shit is not a joke. Okay, y'all about to, if you think I'm joking, make it to March of 2020. Make it to late March of 2026. We're gonna go through a literal portal in the beginning of March of 2026, and by the end of March 2026, I don't know if it's gonna be a purge, but the next round of the Hunger Games is starting. Now, in between the first and second round, the Squid Games came out, so the committee was like, "We want to call it the Squid Game." So there's, but like, listen, it's the second round of the Hunger Games, okay? And if you think I am lying, watch. And a lot of y'all who've been doing the work, you're gonna see this is what you were prepared for. I don't know about you, I'm making it to round three. For reference, round three begins around 2044. Yeah. So this period, ending that old contract, we're done. Now we're going to Sun Saturn. This is the transition. The analogy I'm giving you is you were in a major label for 10 years. They hold you. Yeah. In fact, right before you signed your last contract, you did an audit on the business and your lawyers were mad for you. They're like, are you fucking serious? They didn't tell you. When did they update your catalog? Oh my God. Like you didn't even know. You didn't even know you were doing a lot for free that you didn't have to do for free. So you're not really, it was millions. It was a lot of millions. Yeah, that's your label just just conveniently kept from you. Anyway, it's cool because you decide, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going independent. And a lot of people have been hoping you go independent. Now you can drop music whenever you want. You don't have to really deal with any limitations you probably did over the past 10, 30 years. Okay. But here's the thing. Okay. Because March 17th was the day where your label approached you and said, I would I would hate for you to have to do competition. I'm sure you're going to re-sign with us next year, right? Because March 17th was the last year of your contract. You submitted your last album and or your last project, and after that, you're done. You got the rollout ready for August later that year in Leo season where you're going to present it. Boom, this is my last time. Okay. And I'm running over you giving me back my money. Okay. Some of you are signing the contract next year because they buttered you up. And maybe you have good lawyers and you get a good deal. I think a lot more of you're going independent next year. So listen, listen. This year, these labels were like, I would hate next year for you to be competition. They don't get the sense. Through September, you did not show them you were going to commit. And maybe now they're trying to sabotage your efforts. They're not promoting you as much. You know what I'm saying? They're getting in the way of opportunities. And you might have experienced this in the form of aspects of society rejecting new ideas you're coming into, a new direction you're believing, playing the silent treatment, playing psychological conditioning games. A lot of it could literally just be in your head that you're subconsciously projecting towards others. But I mean, you have concrete receipts and proof of it doesn't have to be specific people, but maybe an ideology, maybe a social collective belief, narrative, structure. And well, next year, when you sign that contract late March of 2026, that's where you're going to begin this next contract. So, this point at the tail end of Scorpio season is the season 3 finale. Okay. Now, in between March 17th until now, the season 2 finale at the end of Virgo season, somebody got assassinated. All right. And now this is going to finish out this whole rollout that you did through season 2. And it's going to wrap the year up. All right. I'm going to explain more during the monthly peace report that I'm going to do on Sunday and why I predict that, and I'm not the only one, but I believe that Sagittarius season is going to have some like world ending breaking shit. We're at the end of the end game. So it doesn't have to be cataclysmic, but it's like a no turning back after Sagittarius season. And it could be very exciting. It doesn't have to be like a bad thing, but it's gonna be wild. All right. I'll explain more of my reasoning in that video. But we're going to talk about the activation and integration cycle of this new moon in Scorpio. the new moon in Scorpio will break through and harvest during the full moon in Gemini. Full moon in Geminis are crazy. Full moon in Sag is wild crazy, but full moon in Geminis are pretty crazy. So I'm preparing you like this sequence through mutable signs. You can tell if they're unstable, you'll experience it. And this looks like it's going to be a crazy, wild Sagittarius season and full moon. We're going from new moon in Scorpio. This is one of the most epic new moons we've had all year. And then we're going to have full moon in Gemini, which I don't think I've ever had a full moon in Gemini that wasn't fucking crazy. Maybe I'm hyping that up a bit, maybe a little bit, but like still, all right, this is going to be after the moon, Uranus, 28 degree, and who knows if all hell breaks loose or heaven. But here's the thing. The reason why I'm urgent and how I'm saying this is all happening literally right now. This is all starting literally right now. Over the next 48 hours, and then after that 30 days, you are going to converge and bottleneck all of the breakthrough, harvest, and success that has been building up and pressurizing since March of this year and then August of this year. So from late March through late May, we have the conjunction with Saturn and Uranus in Pisces and Taurus that activated it. By late August, it's pressurized opposite Pluto and Aquarius, and it's building up. And then we broke through starting late September, and now we are at the peak of this breakthrough. And that's why I want to be very careful about how I say this. And I'm bringing back previous cycles for you to understand that this new moon is a fulfillment of everything that you activated for the final time 6 months ago, May 17th. Boom. So you see that, right? Look at this. Boom! Stop playing with me, son. Follow True Story on Instagram. True Story something on Instagram. That, yes, he understands the assignment. I stole that from him. But like, there you go. That right there. Get ready, guys. And I like that. Gaining momentum. Everything you activated late March 17th, 2025, you planted seeds, right? May 17th, 2025, you planted seeds of innovation. This is the crucial point where it all breaks through. Things are going to warp around what you've done in the past, predetermined quality. And you might be surprised in how amazing all of this just appears. Now, Sagittarius of vision is what's going to account for your awareness of what all of this looks like. And if you understand, as Saturn and Neptune go direct over the next 2 weeks, that we began this process during that Pisces North Node eclipse, you're going to understand the timing that puts you in a position to really step through the finish line in the climax. We're entering the part of the movie or book where now everything the plot has been leading up to is getting ready to, in wild fashion, erupt. Okay, this is where you fight the final boss. Capricorn is going to be the accomplishment you gain right after the climax, right? But Sagittarius is that experience of breaking through the climax. All right. Any embedded hate, any real feelings the people are going to erupt. It's going to be wild. And a lot of you will be satisfied to know that exists simply because you breathe and pat yourself on the back. Okay, like whether it's agoraphobia or whatever, this is a good thing. If you're experiencing that, you're ready for the new world. You're ready for next year. But like, yes, this is going to be this final turning point over the next 30 days. All right. And the first thing I want to talk about, other than this Uranus opposition, is the grand water trine. So now our consciousness and our subconscious are aligned with this central flow of liquidity. Right now at this point, before you see the light in another 48 hours, the feel about how the direction you are taking aligns with your belief systems, which aligns with what more you can expand feeling about that because they're aligned with your beliefs. This synergy of holy water in Cancer, pure water and energy in Scorpio, and divine experience in Pisces has now enacted the flow necessary to now break through more than ever. Unlike just having this aspect here, now we have everything in its favor to super boost through. This is going to feel like certain things you weren't sure before around how you're going to work your finances or your relationships with others. Now you're going to feel how this is not only developing, but you'll see where to take it over the next 30 days. The sun here, if you remember 20 days ago when Mars and Mercury were here, you were already having thoughts around, I can do this. I can take these actions that were aligning. So you already got it in motion. Now you're aware of what you have done and what more you can do. And the moon being here is having you fully understand this at a deeply unconscious level. And this is very important to really set the stage for this opposition to Uranus. Okay. So in order to understand the grand water trine with Venus, that's now also going across this gate, there's going to be an epiphany over the next 48 hours that's going to completely activate this transformation and making everything click. You are about less than 48 hours away from a major light bulb moment at the deepest, most unconventional level ever. Something like this is suddenly understanding how to day trade and you made $50,000, or you hit the lottery. This is like a jackpot type of thing. Or, you hit it big at the casino, or you got a crucial raise. The best part about this is, at the worst case, unless like you're out, if you're out of integrity with these beliefs, if you're not battle tested, you're going to be fucked up over the next 30 days. That's all I have to say. Everything that I'm saying is under the presumption that you're battle tested and that you kept it real with yourself when your beliefs were tested. At this point, your beliefs have been tested. You either stayed in denial and you just didn't want to accept that certain beliefs just don't translate, or you made the changes necessary, or you realized you're a fucking G and all the beliefs you had translated. You made sure of it, like, boom, there's no in between. This is an illusion of choice. Actually, there's an infinite scenario of how there's things that don't even make sense. But that being said, let's just assume, boom, at this stage, if you're not battle tested, where now everyone's going to see through Sagittarius season, you're done for. But resurrection may be in the works. But if it is, I need you to be excited. This is for those people who've done the work the whole year, doing the work, making the steps you've needed to make, not lowering your faith because you're not seeing results. This Sagittarius season, all season, you're seeing results. You're seeing results of bad decisions you've made. You're seeing results of great decisions you've made. You're seeing results of it all because of Saturn's influence of totality here. Totality of our beliefs in this sense. Okay. So here's the thing. And I like that you said this, Markel, because now that we're adding Neptune in the mix, Neptune with its generational sense ties this in now to goals and visions you've had your whole life. That boom, out of nothing, boom, ooh, this is what we do. And all this is to prepare you for the new world next year. New levels, new devils, right? Trust me, you're going to see why this is very important and why you need to really embrace it, what it is you have reaped and are actively reaping. So if you see Mercury that's retrograded at about 28 degrees opposite Uranus, it's getting ready to meet at the 27, 28 degree, okay, in Scorpio. And relative to that, that's what's going to produce this light bulb moment now, okay? So here's the thing. We have the next 48 hours, and then we have the next 30 days. The next 48 hours is a corridor into the wildest 30 days of your life this year today. Quote me on it. The moon's going to go through Sagittarius, and then in 48 hours, the sun's going to enter Sagittarius. So the moon's going to enter Sag like, hurry up. This motherfucker's angry as fuck. He's coming through. Like, the sun's about to enter Sagittarius like an angry boss who realizes workers will say, what the fuck do you think? Oh, we need it. Or it's going to enter like, whoa, we got it, we hit our record. So the moon's coming through, like, quick, move everything up. It's coming, the sun's coming, hurry. And it's also giving word to the sun, like, hold on, let me feel this for you. Ooh, this feels like it's going, oh, watch out for this. And the sun comes through, like, oh, okay, oh, I see. Now let me show you that sequence, right? We're gonna see the moon going through Sagittarius, getting it ready. You're coming into an understanding of how wild shit is about to be. All right. And then, boom, we in there. We in there, baby. Oh God, that is horrible. We are climbing up this mountain of realization that's going to step us through. I didn't even know I had my camera. So we're pushing forward, right? One, two, the moon's in Sag, and then boom, the sun's in Sag. Okay, that is of course this 48-hour period. Sun's moving wolf and wall. Okay, so in order to understand what this means, Scorpio to Sagittarius is an ascension in the Bible. Okay, you have broken through an application of your behavioral patterns through Virgo season after late September. You're in Libra, demonstrating how from March in Aries you have refined your character. You have initiated who you are. You refined it, and then in Libra, that's what you're presenting. Aries season, you're like, you know what? This year, I'm gonna be the magic. And by Libra season, you got the choreography. It took you 6 months. On the magic thing. Boom, boom. It's polished. It's on point. It's sexy. Cool. And now by Sagittarius, after you transform the behavior you've applied, applying it, now you're seeing the light. Now you're seeing the higher perspective, like, oh, sexy and magical this year. I did this then, This is why it's at the end of the year, next to the conclusion, after the climax, and then we get the review. Capricorn is, and then Aquarius is, yeah, I won that too with the homies. And then Pisces, you review it like, I'm never going to do that again. I believe it to do this. And then Aries, we're going to start the new world. Who knows if World War III will break out by then? Probably. But the last time Neptune was here, there was a civil war in this country. So who knows? Anyway, yes, that lets me know that over the next 2 weeks, everything that has to happen to facilitate this new world is going to happen in fast. It's going to start to happen in fast. I think it's going to happen in June. But like, you're going to see this is collective, this is global. And I don't want to present this like this has to be a bad thing. I don't want to present this like this has to be a good thing. I'm presenting this. Interesting. Thanks for the heads up. We're just going to have to do this now. I am presenting this in a way that I am presenting this. All right, that's going to have to do. I'm presenting this in a way that you know is going fucking down and that it's going to be wild. If it's good, it's going to be wild good. If it's bad, it's going to be wild bad. Okay. And way that you know is going fucking down. And that it's going to really put you in a position to really position yourself in ways that show where you can receive all these rewards and see everything you've kind of accomplished. Okay. So yeah, I just changed the mic to the webcam mic. But yeah, so before we go into the next 2 weeks, oh shit. I don't know how that happened. Before we go into the next 2 weeks, let's break down the next 48 hours. Because the next 48 hours is going to be like orientation for Sagittarius land. you're going to understand once the moon goes in to Sagittarius that you're entering the land of Sagittarianism. Okay. Now, why that's important is Sagittarius was always Sagittarius. There was Sag Park at the heart of Sagittarius. And if you had exclusive access or like you were invited, you can be in Sag Park. Otherwise, you're just gonna, you're gonna see it on the way. And we do it like once a year, right? Now, the land of Sagittarius always had elements of Sagittarianism in it. There are lots of Sagittarius who live in the Sagittarius land, right? They're even in Sag Park, but they have Sag Park underway. Now, coming into this new world, Taurus is Taurissimo, right? Aquarius is Diabol Aquarius. And now transits through Sagittarius. It is now in the land of Sagittarianism. Anybody can get it. See, before it did matter who you were. Now it's rated E. This is kind of back to how Sagittarius land used to be originally. This land of Sagittarianism is not yet fully regulated. And this could really bring wild card experiences that will remind you that not everything is what you might see it is. All right. This is not a bad thing. This could be very exciting. It's just like a new roller coaster that hasn't been fully regulated yet. So it's like, is this supposed to do this? Is this supposed to do that? Wait! Like you don't know. You don't know. You really don't know. Okay. So you're gonna understand that over the next 48 hours. You're gonna be like, this isn't. Wait, I'm not used to this. Huh? Boom. All right. It's going to just kind of adjust your vision. And then boom, you're going to be on there. So I want to simulate that like getting up on the roller coaster. You're being strapped in. The roller coaster's starting to go up. You're like, oh, wow. This is supposed to do this, right? Wait, but you're already going higher. That's what I think it's going to feel like. Trust the process. This might be exhilarating. If you're a Sagittarius, you're going to be like, yeah, ooh, it's not supposed to do this. Like, y'all are a different breed. But, like, it's cool. Okay, look. I'm glad you said it's already happening. Mars definitely in Sag. Mercury coming out of Sag. So it's important, like she said, to really understand it's already underway. Mercury going into Sag is you paid for the ticket for the ride, and then Mars was you entering, right? But like this next 48 hours is getting ready to apply this opposition. All right. This opposition we're having, and that's where Mercury retrograding out of Sagittarius is coming out of Sagittarius to let your awareness, right? Before Mercury's in Sag, like, all right, yes, I just went in. Oh my God. Holy shit. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna, oh my God. Yo, I'll call you back. Boom. So now Mercury's coming back into Scorpio, like, yo, it's fucking wild in there. Yeah. And then they got a ride with strippers. No, but like it's you're coming into word, a reevaluative brain processing process is bringing words to an experience you are about to be aware of over the next 48 hours. This is going to add excitement. This is happening over the next few hours with Mercury. Okay. So over this 48-hour period, when the moon starts to give you a higher understanding outside of the physical in the form of gnosis and inner sight, okay, because Sagittarius is visual, moon is understanding. This is going to take the prior moon Virgo analysis, the analytical understanding, and the moon in Gemini, and you're going to synthesize information you've set up over the past 2 weeks, stuff that's been talked about in society, in your family, and you're going to start understanding and seeing what it means. Now, because this is a part of an activation of a new moon cycle, this is going to, that's why I'm using the analogy of going on to a ride. You're going to start to see how things are changing immediately. Mercury coming back into this is what's going to produce this light bulb moment. We don't always have new moons with the Mercury retrograde. but when we do, or Mercury, but when we do, it sure is enlightening. The consciousness of the sun aligns with the information your brain is processing. This happens twice, when it's direct and then when it's retrograde. The retrograde now is going to make things click like you took a tab of NZT. And that's what brings me to the Uranus opposition. Uranus, since 2010, has been pioneering the super self protocol. It is through activating higher causal authority. I made the authority word up, but your causal mind. There's your brain, and then there's, let's just say, a higher mind that exists out of this world, but also certain instinctual, unconventional qualities of your character and of your body. 2010 from 2018 activated the identity, the innovation of your identity. A good example of this is, it was during this period I decided to become the peace dealer, right? There's me, there's a peace dealer, anyone making a brand. 2018 to now is where now we have merch for the brand. Now we're developing the quality of this new identity. But it doesn't have to really be a new identity. Giselle really nailed it. It's finding the way of your energy, developing our Ori, our Chi, our path. And 2010 to 2018 was very important because it represented a radical, inventive, original direction you moved down. Then from 2018, when crypto started to gain more prominence, which is ironic because Uranus is innovation in Taurus, securities, physical securities, right? Values, money, right? This took the direction you stepped in and started paving a road, or started now adding value to it. You had to innovate values that align with this radical new sense of identification. So this opposition isn't really just the end of a Taurus cycle. It's extending everything since 2010 as this came out of Pisces conjuncting Jupiter. So by the time we come into next year, this is going to be in Gemini, and we're going to apply this crystallization of inherent value and worth, which with Uranus here, my advice is you want to be radical with it, and you want to be, almost crazy with it. How? Your worth is limitless. How would you move if you knew your net worth was infinity? That's something that's Uranian. It's genius, but until then, it's crazy as fuck. Because how do you even make sense of that, right? But that at least puts you in the right direction. That's just an extreme example, but it's just radically betting on your worth and value in ways that are not conventionally done. Radically investing in yourself in ways that are not conventionally done. So we've been building this up since 2010, and then now naturally since 2018. And 6 months ago, where we had the activation of this process for the final time, meaning that since 2018, every year since 2018, we've had these activations in Taurus. This is the last one we're doing. This is now at present the official breakthrough of this, meaning you have not yet experienced what breakthrough at this highly unconventional level even is. And over the next 48 hours, you're finally going to see it. That's what sets up next year, as you can see, where now Uranus will be in Gemini. Saturn and Neptune are in Aries. And now we're transforming our society towards a new direction in a new world where now more people are outside than ever, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But this year, we're getting ready to ascend out of this old world cycle. Okay. And that's where Uranus's opposition is going to really shift things for better or for worse in ways that you're going to have to prepare to adapt to over the next 30 days in Sagittarius season. Okay. The reason why I'm very urgent about this is because it's happening right now. And not only is it happening right now, the realization of what you will begin to see moving forward is being set up over the next 48 hours, as you can see, with the moon entering Sagittarius. So the moon's quickly going to reach up to Mars. As you can see, Mercury has now swapped places with the sun. All right. This is the beginning of understanding what we're getting into, and is the current activation of one of the most potent new moon cycles we've had quite literally in years. Especially with Mercury, by the time the moon covers more ground in Sagittarius, linking up with this grand water trine, so that everything we are aware and understanding right now of how we're going to flow moving forward, our brains are starting to reevaluate and update the information that previously we went into Sagittarius season hypothecating. I don't know if that's a word, but now we are confirming. While what's happening, you're getting ready to be aware of everything you're accomplishing and rewarding over the next 30 days. And that's what's going to bring the official start of the cycle, where now the moon is 1 degree, and this is a 30-degree activation signature from 1 degree Capricorn to 1 degree Sagittarius. Okay. So Mercury and Venus getting ready to meet in Scorpio. This is going to align value and money and relationships with what you're up to speed and thinking about it, because now you're applying new information. I don't necessarily want to downplay the significance of the next 48 hours for you. Is everything going to change? No, that's the next 30 days after. But this, I think, is going to be quintessential revelations that you had been beginning to unlayer and peer through since late March and since late May. March 17th, May 17th. Now at this point, you're at the bottom root core, and you're transforming and seeing the higher upper floor. You're seeing what's right about it. You're seeing what might have been wrong about it, what needs to change. And for those of you who have stuck through these beliefs, it might have been difficult to maintain beliefs about yourself that you might have felt berated, ridiculed for. You might have had people be angry at you because you believe stuff that you've revealed is true about you. And this is what's going to be, I don't want to say vindicating, but very rewarding, as you are seeing that a lot of assumptions you've placed were more than true. There's no such thing as less than true or more than what's true, but they were more than just true. All right. It's going to reap what you've sowed, and it's going to make sense of the resistance and the pushback of maybe why people around you were afraid that you were finally beginning to see who you truly are and step in it and act off on that and actually affect change around you. Maybe in ways that remove the leverage people previously had on you when maybe you didn't step into your power as much as you're doing right now. Okay. So boom, that's what kicks off the beginning of this Sagittarius cycle. Now the god of war with the blicky is here. So this will be militant. Okay. There might be no nonsense. That's why I'm saying it's going to be like Wolf of Wall Street. People are jumping through, slapping people left and right. Where's my money? The moon going through Capricorn is going to ground our steps and stabilize quickly a practical, organized approach towards bringing form and material to this vision. So you're immediately going to understand how to use what you're seeing and direct what you're seeing. Then the scariest thing might happen. First, we're going to have the moon opposite Jupiter, which is going to buffer this expansion of feelings with a grounded understanding of, how do I feel about what is currently developing? Then the moon's going to go over Pluto. And this sextile is going to be amazing, because what this sextile represents is a supernatural awakening of universal abilities or ascended abilities, or let's just say a activation of awakening supernatural abilities. The third house 60-degree angle to the sun is now taking this emerging awareness that broke through the core depths of Scorpio, the core and truth imagination. Thank you for telling me this right now. But what this is, and it came with the verse. What this is doing is it's aligning a knowledgeable understanding through this grounded understanding of what you are beginning to know around what you see. This is an emerging, ascending awareness. You're ascending into your godhood. You're awakening knowledge of what you're seeing as a part of your godhood. That you weren't just doing nothing over the past fucking 6 to 9 months. And now you're beginning to activate this vision of, oh, we are out here. Then the moon, of course, is going to square Uranus. And this is going to account for the previous opposition. And you're going to have an understanding of what you have completed and will begin to break through, but will have completed by this point in February that you have broken through. Okay. We will have the square late February or mid-February in Aquarius, square Uranus. So this moon will be the first sneak peek on what that will begin to feel like. And also how you have to account for unconventional shifts that will not feel comfortable at all. Then we're going to have the moon in Pisces. This is going to be the 90-degree first quarter square, 100% activation. The seeds that we are planting right now are going to begin to break through the ground in the form of beliefs that support what we are actively emerging in our vision and awareness. Let's say you're starting to see your superpowers sprout through. And now the moon in Pisces is giving you an adjustment of your beliefs to where, based on what you're beginning to see, you're going to know, are we fucked or I believe we're good? And through spooky Saturn and Neptune, this will be very scary if your belief systems are shaky. This is where, if you're not battle tested, you're going to start to find out, because now the foundation of what this you've activated, like, yeah, I see I can do this. I can see I can do that. Moon goes to the but do you believe though? Boom. That's all it's asking. This is where we get intangible. Gemini is programming. It's ideas. Virgo is analytical. It's numbers. Gemini is, but once we get to Sag, that's collective philosophy. That's vision. Pisces is beliefs. Okay, so this is where it can get very tricky. You don't want to really get caught up on promises people are making and stuff people are showing you. You're going to now shift belief systems that have to support what you are beginning to see. And this is going to align with what you're destined to believe through the North Node. And it's also going to align with everything you believe and what you're meant to shift through Saturn and Neptune. Now, one thing I want you to notice. What happens while the moon goes through Pisces? Did you see it? Did you see it? Saturn is no longer retrograde. And this is going to be a very important test for a lot of people. Now, in between, Mercury is direct. Venus has made it opposite Uranus. And now everything you are becoming aware of planting these seeds right now, the relationships, the way you give and receive your value and pleasure to others, and financial breakthroughs or setbacks will further be consolidated here. What's also significant is now with the moon in Aries, now that we have an alignment with our beliefs, with what we're seeing, we're integrating this authentic rush of creativity and understanding how we center ourselves and who we feel we are as we are seeing this higher vision of who we are becoming. It's going to revisit actions you've taken back in April to move in the direction that got you here. And you're going to see, ooh, I did this right. Or, ooh, I could have done this better. Okay, this is very important. Now, Venus entering the party is with the shits. It's very important and paramount. We know this. She's going to be smacking motherfuckers left and right. Because just like the sun was angry, I don't know if Venus is that. Uranus, listen, the Uranus opposition is the results of the audit. So the Uranus opposition is people, they owe me what? And Scorpio's other people is like, where is it? And so it's just going, it's on a war path. The god of war is leading this war path through Sagittarius. And then we gonna be right in Capricorn. Capricorn is the final decision. So Sagittarius, so I'm saying Sagittarius is where I think it's all going down, guys. Like I think, and what makes me believe that is look at how Virgo season ended. If Virgo season has a crazy plot twist finale, then Sagittarius is going to be the season finale. Does anyone else believe that? I could be wrong. My theory is that the season 3 finale depends greatly on the season 2 finale. We don't always have season 2 finale plot twists. Okay, so that makes me think the season 3 finale plot twist, I think, is going to, like, it's not even sure that it's a plot twist. I'm assuming it's going to be a plot twist. If it's mid and nothing happens, come back and make fun of me. Because now I feel like I'm hyping this up. I hope I don't jinx it. But I think this is going to be accumulation of every plot point, major and relevant, that's come through and has resolved or not since this period. And we're going to see what it all meant. There's certain things you had an idea of what they meant coming up to this period that you're going to see, oh, no, this is what it actually means. Or, oh, okay, I knew it, right? So by the time the moon integrates all of that in Taurus, this is going to naturally ground the quality of making more real this vision, which we initially did in Capricorn to direct where we're taking it. And now this is going to integrate values that will ground it unconventionally, so as it goes over Uranus before we have the full moon in Gemini. So let's examine so far this 2-week sequence. Okay. So far, we know that Mercury is going to be breaking the news today and then covering up speed to everything we did 20 days ago. Like, oh, okay, we did this. Then we're going to push forward and make it back to the Sag party. That's going to extend into the Aqua party. Okay, everyone's excited to make it to the Aqua party because they all got invited. And they're going to meet with Hades there, who's hosting the party. It's going to activate a new cycle. Aquarius parties are like the diabolical evil group that meets and they plan out how they're going to conquer the world that year. But you don't find out until Leo season where the heroes have to. All right, anyway, Mercury in going back to Sagittarius and making it to the 3rd decan is going to align with this grand water trine again. And so this emerging synergy and liquidity you're starting to establish by 2 weeks from now, Mercury is going to wrap that up. And it's going to be like, okay, this is how we're going to maintain it moving forward. And Taurus is going to really put footing to a higher perspective that doesn't keep it just castles in the sky and realistically now integrates everything that we're activating quite literally right now. In fact, look, by this point, the moon is going to be opposite where the moon is right now. Okay. And then we're going to have the full moon in Gemini that's going to, of course, give you a true understanding of what you're seeing. So everything up until 2 weeks from now, you're emerging awareness. You're starting to see, whoa. And then when the moon is full in Gemini, boom, I'm truly seeing it for what it is and what it means. Then we're going to perfect this when the moon's in Virgo and complete it with further analyzation. And then we're going to activate the new moon Sagittarius cycle with this new vision. Boom. We'll talk more about that during the monthly peace report and why I believe is going to be wild. This is going to be one of the wildest seasons of the old world. And then next year might be one of the wildest seasons of the new world. Okay. But yeah. You could argue the Pisces square could dull the effects of Sag, and the Aries trine will enhance it more. But this just looks like some conclusion stuff. If I've ever said like plot twist after plot twist after plot twist, right? And yeah, so Venus coming into Sagittarius as well, while they get ready to trine Chiron and break through what we activated with the conjunction in Aries. This is definitely going to bring high visibility and show you what it is, where it's at, and what we doing. But the doing part will be Capricorn season. But you're going to see what you're going to do ahead of time and what you might want to do with Mars there. And just understand that's activation, integration. By the time we step into 2 weeks from now we're going to be breaking through the final breakthrough. All right. But yeah, because this is a final breakthrough transformation cycle, this is going to take those past 2 weeks of rapid transformation within yourself. And now it's going to externalize what that actually looks like. And emphasis on final breakthrough, because I think this is going to push you there. All right. This is going to be the breakthrough into a new world. And I think that congratulations in advance. You deserve everything that's coming to you good, that you put in good work for. And I think you just might be very surprised by how unconventional what you did is able to literally open up a new way for yourself. Not because of anything that came out of thin air on your lap, but because of the seeds you've planted since the beginning of the year. Okay. Because of the unfailing, uncompromising integrity you pushed yourself to maintain your beliefs when it wasn't popular to do, when it wasn't advantageous for you to do, when it didn't help you. Unlike other people that might have changed their beliefs to get through situations, they're not battle tested. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this is not going to be sweet for them, because all those same people are going to approach them like, but you were Muslim before, now you're Christian today, now you're viral on TikTok, and someone's putting you on blast, man. You don't want to be that person. I mean, maybe you might want to be the person, but like, there you go. So you're going to see the results of what beliefs you maintain. You might not like what you see. And that's going to be the greatest blessing, because you will have ample time to readjust that, so that by the end of Sagittarius season, it is on the trajectory for what you want to see. You might really like what you see. And now you know how to maintain that. And what do you mean by battle tested? So for those of you who just entered, before I was talking about in rap, in hip hop, right? There's a term we use called, or this is the term that's used called battle tested. Okay. A rapper is battle tested if he or she has battles under their belt. All right. If I see two people are about to rap, and you're going to hear someone say, I don't know about person A, they've never bodied anybody. They've never, like, they'll respect the other rapper who took 2 L's because they've been tested. They've been put in a position, losses. They've been put in a position where through their losses, they know how to respond. They've shifted their strategy, right? They're used to being under pressure. The person with no battle rap or no battles has not been tested. So now when controversy strikes, are you going to bet on them? Even if they're really good at rapping, you don't know how they are under pressure or against someone that's actually good on their level, versus when someone's battle tested, when both rappers are battle tested, they have some victories or losses under their belt. And so for you have beliefs that you put out there in the field. We know that because by this point, you've been through Virgo season. Virgo season took all your beliefs and aligned them with behavioral patterns. You have habits now that reflect every belief you have. And you had to test it through the fire, through Leo season, literally. And now Sagittarius, you had to test it through the fire. I want you to comment an exclamation mark if you had to fight for your beliefs. If everything you've believed has put you in direct conflict with other people, with situations, with desires, with things you want to happen. Okay. And for those of you who resonate with that, that means you're battle tested, because through that, you have not changed your beliefs. You only changed your beliefs because you realized that there was an integrity in them and they didn't make it through that test. If you've made it through that test, chances are your beliefs are battle tested. You are willing to have your beliefs challenged. If this year you are not open to having your beliefs challenged, you are not battle tested, and you will be you're going to look stupid out here. I promise you, it's not going to be pretty. If you allowed your beliefs to be challenged and you realized, oh shit, some of these beliefs are on point. Nobody knows what to say when I offer them. Or some of these beliefs need work. Or, yep, nobody's seen, like, you're entering this Sag season battle tested. You're waiting for someone to challenge your beliefs because you've refined them, especially through your habits. Now you understand, unlike March, where you were forming these beliefs, now through, October, boom, we're applying them. I'm actively applying my beliefs and I'm seeing the results for it. So this is you walking into this climax and final battle with all these beliefs, and you're getting ready to see what it all means, what that actually plays out as, what you're breaking through. All right, guys, we're gonna close out this ceremony. Okay, as of now, as we step into this next 48-hour period, the moon at current, of course, is still in the midst of this grand water trine. So in about another 4 or 5 hours, let's say 6 hours, oh my god, that's amazing. In another 5 hours, the moon is going to be exact with the sun. That's going to officially activate this cycle with Mercury that's retrograded at this point back on 28 degrees. So it's actually going to be 28 degrees, even more, closer to the Uranus opposition. So throughout the next 10-12 hours, this is what's going to activate this unconventional shift. You're going to begin to understand what this shift is shifting towards over the next 48 hours. And then you're going to begin to be aware of what it's starting to look like after 2 days. And then we're going to get some grounding to step in there. Boom. Then it's going to get super weird through Aquarius. Then it's going to be strange through Pisces. Boom. Then we're in Aries. And it's going to get weird again in Taurus. Opposite Uranus. Shout out to you, Giselle. Thank each and every single one of you for tuning in. It means the most. Okay, as always. I'm making some crucial changes myself. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to do the ceremony. We're going to do the standard, like, make-a-wish ceremony, right? I want you to think of intentions, goals you have. All right. And all I want you to do is see the end result. Since we're going into Sagittarius, see the end result. Okay. For example, I told you guys I got arrested that one night. Well, I have a citation during Sagittarius season, right? I have to go to court. I've already seen we smashed that court date. Boom. Especially because of y'all help. Like, we smashed that. We already have that handled. That's my intention. I see everything turn around for me that I've been working towards this year. I'm seeing all of us set for life. I'm seeing we're limitless. Fuck is you talking about? I'm seeing we really broke through and we told them so again. Fuck is you talking about? Okay. No, but see, I have the New York cast, so you know how to get my freaking. But there you go. All right. It is what it is. I want you to, of course, put your intention in this magic pot, or imagine you're in a club, and in order to get into this club, you have to show the bouncer your vision. Be like, see, this is my intention. Okay, get your ass in there. Now, once you're in the club, you can't not see your intention. So you can't be in the club like, I don't know, they will kick you out. Like, get your vision straight, get back in there. So once you enter this club, you set your intention. And all you have to do is maintain this intention and just keep seeing it during Sagittarius season. All right. And adjust your vision to align with what's happening, but then align what's happening to adjust with your vision. That's all you have to do. And you did the work. So you're going to see this work seamlessly. And now with Uranus, be unconventional. Take that leap of faith. See things that no one would dare think is possible. Set this intention. That's all you have to do. So I want you to take time to just really see it. Stack multiple intentions on top of it. What's everything that you see throughout this next cycle you want to see completed? Draw in everything from the beginning of the year. Now, while you do that, what I also want to bring to your attention, if you click the description box below, your boy got an Etsy shop now. I should have got this much sooner. I want you guys to support me on Etsy. Okay. It would really help me out if maybe you guys leave me great reviews after you check out some of these reports and readings. And I do have a current 25% off sale on them. So the 15-minute reports that I have on my website, and an exclusive astrology and tarot report where I will look at your astrology for the month ahead and then give you a past, present, future for that month ahead. I have only here on Etsy. So yeah, this will really help me build the store. And I mean, also, if you're interested, highly recommend. We got the $15 Soulmate Archetype Tarot reports. It'll get you pretty much everything on the report section of my website at a much, cleaner play, in this sense, discounted rate currently. Okay. So yeah, check that out. And other than that, for those of you that want consultations, yeah, hit me up on my website. If you want to talk with me, I still have the Hipsy down below. If you want to talk one-on-one, if you are a member, shout out to Zozon. It's just $1 a minute. So you will get that, of course, exclusive price or exclusive rate. And yeah, so that's all I wanted to say as far as the Etsy shop and the readings. And yeah, so what is let me know. Just go to the website, see if it's possible. If you're able to, feel free. The reason why I think you need a purchase is because the reviews are specific to the actual service guide. But if you want to drop a review on my other review site without purchasing a reading, or if you've had purchased a reading before and you haven't, go to maps.com and look up the Peace Dealer. Is it maps.com? No, it's not. It's Google Maps. Sorry, go to Google Maps. Okay. Type in the Peace Dealer. And you'll see you guys can actually leave reviews for me here. You can write a review. I'm one away to 240. That's a milestone for me. 245 star reviews. And yeah. But only leave a review if I've actually given you a reading. So if I have never given you a reading, please don't leave me a review. Just so I don't want to bias the actual stats or have Google think that I'm like trying to inflate my reviews. So if you've ever had a reading from me, but you've never left a review, please show me some love, y'all. Hit up the review stuff. I want to continue the streak. Okay, so I can keep talking my shit. Be like, you not a 5-star general? You not a 5-star general? Don't talk to me. Holler at me when you got 5 stars on Google. Like, that's my shit right now. If anyone tries to talk to me, like, you ain't even done reading it like that. Boom. So you helping me just keep my streak, it means like everything to me. Like, you have no idea. And I see, this is what I like to see. I'm grateful because there's a lot of boo-boo out here. There's a lot of people practicing this that make us look bad. So the like integrity as far as service, you get what you paid for, and reviews literally mean everything to me. So I do appreciate it. On God. Okay, on God. Anyway, now that you've seen this vision, right? I want you to hold this vision in your mind's eye. There we go. And I want you to now see that everyone else in this club with you, everyone else in this live stream, everyone else who has a vision that's aligned with their highest, greatest self, right? I want you to see their dreams and visions coming true too. And that's the exponential factor. That's what I think makes these ceremonies really legit, because we don't have to do anything complicated. We're just compounding intentional, insert word that sounds spiritual or sciencey, energy, right? We're 120 plus people are setting the intention that we are set for motherfucking life. I believe that does something. I think that that's a form of magic, me personally. And the fact that we can do that with each other in order to honor what 125 plus people are seeing for you right now, because I'm seeing everything you guys are seeing Boom, I set the intention that all of that comes true, that brings out your greatest self, your greatest you, which is you right now. Okay, not something you have to perpetually strive towards. It's an unfolding of how much greater you are moment to moment. So yeah, us plus our spirit team. What you have to do, your mission from this point forward is 2 weeks from now, during the full moon in Gemini, we're going to say a magic spell and we're going to release this vision. We're going to write a magic spell down. You can prepare, but you won't really see until like after the moon in Pisces. But some of you, you're sharp. You already see what it is. So you're going to write down a magic spell. You're going to release it, and then you're going to burn the paper, and then we'll release this vision. And boy, it's about to be magic. So what you want to do from now until 2 weeks from now is to build this vision. See this initial intention and add something to it every day. Breathe, sleep, move, think like what you're seeing is happening, even if you don't experience it happening. That's it. That's it. The 133 plus people who just saw that your intentions are true, if you go back on your word, which is against our ninja way, we're going to feel like you betrayed us. We're going to feel like we saw you winning. How come you don't even believe in your own vision? If what you see doesn't happen, you ready? Adapt. Just adjust it. Adjust the vision. All right. What are we gonna see with this? Boom. Or if you're in a position to adjust that to that, do that. Okay. So you guys stay blessed as always. And I will see you on Sunday for the monthly peace report.
Supernatural is an app where you can access exclusive content from the Peace Deal. On the app features 2 seasons of the Midheaven podcast featuring Beyond the Veil. We also have Mystical Illuminations Television, which features membership exclusive content like the monthly tribe reports and the replays of the monthly peace reports we do every month. We also have exclusive series like World War Zero and Astrological Profiles. These series are examples of content that you can access on the app before they are eventually scheduled to YouTube and other social media platforms. For example, my Planets Through the Sign series will be scheduled to release once a week. However, as they are uploaded on the app, you will have full access to the entire series weeks before any of them appear on any other platform. We also offer easily accessible and interactive courses like my Astro 101 to Astro 105 series that give you a thorough introduction to astrology. We will also be periodically adding courses, and as those courses are available, members will be able to access them. We also have an amazing community that you are most welcome to join and chat with other like minds. It is not necessary to subscribe in order to use this app, as there is also a free default access plan that will give you access to most of the series in the app that are free and publicly available. In order to join, go to the website supernatural.passion.io. You can alternatively download from the App Store passion.io. Once the app is downloaded and it asks to find an app, simply type in Supernatural. Once the app itself is approved by Google and Apple, you will only need to type in Supernatural in the App Store and it will pop up. But until then, those are 2 alternative methods you can use to join us. So with all that being said, I look forward to you joining us on the other side as you become supernatural.